Hey everyone, welcome back. So over the last couple days, been out of town. Did pretty much been on vacation, so haven't been doing a lot of videos. But over the weekend, I did do a few, did get a few, did a little bit of shopping at a few places, and then did get some stuff from the mail. So this is a little bit of a haul video of what I got over the last couple days and some recent purchases. So for starters, decided to go to one of the Lego stores, not too far, not too far from where I was staying. I got the Lego, decided to pick up the Lego Creator Experts pickup truck, which I've had my eye on for a while now, as it does, as I do have a fondness for older styled farm stuff, and this here looking like about a 40. I find at least this looks like a 47 Ford, mainly because of the grill, and it's got the V8. So it's got quite a bit of accessories to it. So so there's that. Now I'm not sure if anyone's interested. Maybe I build this up on a live stream, as I have figured out a way how to do proper live stream stuff. So if anything, if I can get a video out for this. So then, here on the back shows the truck plus a bunch of other accessories plus seasonal stuff. So that was definitely one to get. And then along with it, they get the Lego Brickheads German Shepherd set. Now this one here I already did build up, which for these Brickhead series I haven't got one before, but so I decided to pick one up. And it comes with the two dogs, which are build up fairly nicely, and doesn't really take that long to build. So that's it here. Of course, there was a bunch of other sets, but of course this one here, along with a few other ones, were on clearance sale. So figured pick one up, have good detail. And then now, here's some diecast stuff that I bought, which some of you may not be familiar with, but I do have a fondness for diecast collecting, along with the model stuff. So, starting off, this was some stuff that I bought off a Facebook auction site. So, first vehicle up is the 2009 Dream Garage series of the 67 Camaro, which figured I don't have many of the Hot Wheels Camaros, so figured might as well get one. It's also one with the opening hood, so definitely wanted to get that. And then didn't realize it at the time, but I did end up buying some doubles or two color variations of the 81 Chevy Camaro, which I mainly bought as it's an 81, which is the same year as my Camaro. But of course, this one here is a race spec version, so definitely wanted to get a few of these. I do like the red, blue, yellow, and white looks good along with the silver, red, and yellow. So probably gonna keep those carded. Might open them up for my loose stuff. Fairly nice. And then a car that I've been looking for a while. Unobtainium 1 from which year is this? The 2006 first editions. I do like this one, as it's definitely an interesting looks like a fairly luxurious car. Fairly nice to it. Used to have one a while ago, but no idea whatever happened to it, and been wanting a replacement. So definitely wanted to pick one of those up. And then got a 70 Camaro from the 2012 Hot Wheels Performance Series. Don't have a lot of the split bumper Camaros, which I do really like these early second gens. So definitely wanted to pick another one up. And then got the 2013 Copo Camaro. Now this may look familiar as this year or last year, AMT did come up with the Hot Wheels 2010 Camaro, so I figured have the diecast version of the car along with the kit version would be a nice touch. So got that one. Then I got a few loose cars here, like this 2002 Catfish Camaro. Now this one here's got pretty much a supposedly a modified racer. Got big race tires on the back, skinnies on the front. And of course, rubber tires. Fairly nice to it. And then got a G Machines inspired custom Firebird with the turbo setup. This one here, I've been having a lot of difficulty trying to find it. It's definitely a custom car with a more shallow roof line and increased wheel arches with bigger tires. So, glad to have found that. And then got another 2013 Camaro. This one here, a basic one. I got this one mainly because it's got a nice color scheme. And I do have the Super Treasure Hunt version of this car. So figured pick this one up to go with it, which has a more Spectra Flame red. Then some real rider cars here. Got a, what year is this? A 69 Lincoln Continental, which this is definitely a luxury car you don't see all that often. It's got an opening hood, rubber tires, metal on metal with a nice chrome painted body. Really nice car. And then got from Greenlight, got a, is this green? Yeah, it's Greenlight 70 Camaro in a nice white and black paint scheme. Now I do also have a few other 70.5 Camaro kits. So if I get around to it, maybe do a replica of that car. Or who knows. And then from M2 do have this Dodge Charger Daytona with the clear blue wheels, which I'm thinking must have been part of a chase series. So, fairly nice car. Do like the Daytonas and Superbird, so definitely wanted to pick this one up. And to go with it, do have an original 2000s release of the Hot Wheels 1970 Dodge Daytona in red. Now this one here is a much older casting, as it sits a lot lower than a newer release. And it doesn't help also this was actually discontinued just a few years later. So, there's that. I do also have a loose Camaro of a split bumper. Fairly nice car. Picked this one up as it had a really nice red, white, and blue color scheme. Park that one over there. This one here I didn't know exactly existed till later finding out, which is a 58 Ford Thunderbird, which I find is a little bit of a forgotten year of car, as it's not as popular as the 55 to 57s, and not as common as a 62 to 66 models. So, definitely wanted to pick this up as well. I don't have this one. Seemed pretty cool to get. And then finishing out the batch, got my first LR Redline collector car of a tribute to the original enamel white 67 custom Camaro. Now this one here, not a lot of people were placing bids on it, so I figured I could get this for a good price. Now it's got the Neo Classics, which I think look really nice for representing the time period of these. So then this car here is also car number 2732 out of 12,000. So I'd like to say that's a fairly low number car. So yeah, so it looks fairly nice. Glad to have that. And then did get in the mail when I got back. Had a box here of did get a box of various stuff. So I haven't gone through all this, so a lot of it's going to be a surprise. So first of all, got the Street Show Hot Wheels series of the T-Bucket, which is a fairly nice looking casting with the blown engine and plenty of detail work into it. Definitely reminiscent of an 80s style with the stripe work. So that's a nice casting to have. This one here is definitely one that I was glad to get. It's a Komatsu skid steer. Now let's see here. Just get this open. Yeah, here it is. Komatsu CK 30-1 in 1/25th scale. So I mentioned that I want to be doing a construction scene with some of my model trucks. And of course, this being in the same scale range, I'm definitely going to be adding this. Definitely going to be trying my hand at weathering some more. Make it look like it's been used quite frequently. So that was nice to get. Then I do have some more singles cars here, all wrapped up. Let me just get the bubble wrap out of the way. Okay, let's see here. How shall I open this? We'll just carefully cut it open. Let's see here. Okay, yes, here we go. Got some tape over the cars. Let's see if I can peel the tape off without wrecking anything. This one here is definitely a car that not a lot of people would know about. The Hot Wheels Dune Daddy, which seems to be like a futuristic or concept Dune buggy car. So it's a fairly nice one to have. Then here got a custom 59 Cadillac in purple. This one part of the 2010 Hot Wheels Hot Auction series. So one here. This one's a car that hasn't been seen for a while. And I got this one mainly because it's got a nice clean look. And of course, this one here is actually a chop top custom car. It's a nice and menacing look to it. So glad to have found that. Then what's this one here? Okay, this one's a treasure hunt. Treasure hunt from what year is this? This is a 2004 treasure hunt. Okay, of the super smooth custom truck, which kind of looks like a custom Willys or something, possibly a Chevy. So definitely a nice truck. Got the real rider tires on it. Some nice copper and silver. Fairly nice looking truck, and nice to have some more treasure hunt cars. Then another treasure hunt here of the 34 3-window Ford Coupe, also from 2005. Will focus in? No, it won't. Now this one here, definitely a nice hot rod. White wall real rider tires. Of course, metal on metal. Fairly decent, fairly nice looking car. And then one that I've been trying to find for for some time to help complete my 2009 Hot Wheels collection is the mid mill, which looks like a custom 28 or 31 Ford Model A, but of course with mid-engine setup, big tires, fairly nice looking custom rig. So pleased to have found that. And then the final one is a what year is this? This is a 2001 Hot Wheels Super Treasure Hunt of the fat fendered 40s built on a 40s Ford sedan. Not exactly sure why the seller had a bunch of green masking tape on it. I guess to protect the cards, but oh well. But yeah, so there's that one. So this is so that's the last of that. So pretty nice batch. So pretty nice batch of cars, I may say. I've got definitely a nice amount of showpieces. So that'll pretty much be it for the diecast section. Now, I did also get some modeling stuff as well. So I'll put these to the side, put this away, and I'll get right to those. So a lot of you modelers are probably going to be drooling over this, but a lot of this here's a bunch of kits that I end up buying from a single seller. Now, before you get too excited about this, a lot of these here I bought as parts kits, so some of these may be complete, some of these may not be complete. So, took a little bit of a gamble on it and bought everything. So, now the box itself actually is a fairly large-sized box, and a lot of these are double stacked. So there's about 32 kits in here. So there's a good mix between some GM, Mopar, and a few other small things, interesting things thrown in as well. And then they get lucky with a 1/20th scale kit. So I want to just go through these. I may consider doing a part 2 of actually showing what's inside every kit. So I'm pretty much just going to go over all the kits or all the boxes of stuff that is included, and if there's anything I find worth showing, I'll show those. So I'll get everything set up and right underway. Okay, so starting off, one of the first kits in here is the Hot Rod Magazine release of the Revell 427 Yenko Ss Coupe, which box seems to be in rough shape. Clearly it's been used as a paint stand. It's been labeled as a non-complete kit. And what I do like is that the seller did provide a list of what's incomplete and what's missing, but I'm sure a lot of it's just small pieces that I can easily source out. So there's that one. Then along with it, do have the Revel 69 Camaro. This one here, parts that are missing are valve covers, heads, and engine headers. So supposedly a fair amount of the engine is missing, but not too entirely sure on it. Now, looking at the coupe, it kind of actually looks like the engines are both the exact same, which is a little bit interesting since this one here would have like what engine does it say that? Yeah, it'd have like a 350 or a 327 engine into it. But seeing how it looks like it has the exact same engine, it's a little bit peculiar, but not entirely sure as I haven't built these kits as of yet lately. Then do have then another Hot Rod Magazine release of the 69 Mustang Super Cobra Jet. Now this one here supposedly is missing the wind lights and window pieces. So it's a bit unfortunate as I haven't built a 69 Mustang. So might end up seeing if I can find a modern version of the Revell kit. And then maybe turn this into a derby car. But I'm not entirely sure. But anything's possible. Put that there. Here's definitely some older plastic. The Great Street Machines Streaker Vet. The classic 67 Corvette Stingray by MPC. Now this one here looks like, I'm betting it's like a 78 model kit. No, not a lot of detail on it. Here's some other kits that were available during the time. Supposedly what's missing is the instructions and tires, but I can definitely easily source some tires out. And this would be a kit definitely I find worth saving. Plus got a bunch of cool parts to it. And I do have great fondness of these 63 67 Corvettes, as they look really elegant. But I'm more for the split window, but for the full window it's nice to have. Then a slightly newer kit from that, the 69 Firebird, which I do already have this version of this kit, but this one here doesn't have it's missing the oil pan and doesn't have decals. So this actually works in my favor, as I do have the complete version of this kit. So what I might be able to do is do a mild to wild themed, as supposedly this kit does come with the 225 inline 6. So I can build the car up with the 6-cylinder, and then have the custom V8 to go along with it, representing when the car was bought new, and then someone bought the car and wanted to make a custom hot rod out of it. And then a bit of a much newer kit, Chi-Town Hustler 69 Dodge Charger NHRA funny car. Supposedly has a resale sticker of $75, which is quite a lot. But it has an original sticker of $9.99, which is actually really cheap. But this I'm thinking probably like a 2010 release. So that's quite a while ago. Okay, so apparently it's only the engine's been started, which is good. And besides, I haven't built any funny cars or dragsters in a while, so having something like this would actually be a very cool build. And then sticking with cool builds, got a Lindbergh release of the Dodge 72 Challenger Street Machines. This one's actually quite an interesting one, as everyone's fantasizing about the 70-71 model year of Chargers and Challengers, or even the Cudas. So having a 72, 73, 74 model is really out of the ordinary. And it's got a fair few parts to it, like it's got a Hemi, blown Hemi. Then let's see, what is it? It's only the engine that's been started, so behind this is still a complete kit. The paint and brushes I don't think are still in here, which, let's face it, 35-year-old paint isn't really going to be that good. Then going on here, we got the Chevy S10 Blazer. This one here is a 4-door model. And like with these Lindbergh 120 scale kits, they do come in molded plastic. So, which is fairly nice. And plus I really like 120 scale kits. So, it's definitely going to be a fun one. So, what does it say here? For building only. Well, I'm definitely going to be building this, as you can't really mix and match parts from other scale of kits. So, this one's going to be that's going to be a good build. Then one I've been thinking about getting for a while actually is the VW Street Machines. Now this one here's a custom build, which I'm assuming it can only be built stock, and this is like a what year does it say on it? 1994. So it's a little bit of a newer kit than what I thought it was going to be. But so, and from what I've seen, this kit is molded in a bright pink, which is definitely unique. Not sure if I'm going to be sticking with the color though, but if I do, probably make something work out of it. And then probably one of people's most holy grail kits, Monogram 66 Malibu SS 124 scale. Now this one here is also the one that has a tilt front, which I've wanted to get this kit for a while. So being able to get one now is definitely very cool. Not sure, haven't looked into a lot of these, so not sure if these have been, a lot of these been built or opened up, but I'm going to be keeping these for another video. And then moving on to other kits. This one here, supposedly a box for a 69 Chevelle Ss 396, but it's got masking tape on it saying it's a Super B. So fair, you know what? Let's just open it up. So okay, so here's the car, and yes, it is indeed a Superbird. It's not in the best of shape. From the top, the paint looks fairly decent, but there's quite a few blemishes. But then when you get to the sides, you can definitely see a bunch of paint runs. The body wasn't fully prepped before being painted, which is a bit unfortunate. It's also missing the windows, which really isn't ideal, but there could definitely make something work with the parts from this. Then, so nothing much to say on that. Got some other really old styrene. The AMT Erdl Chevy Nova SS Pro Stalker. Box is in a bit of a rough shape, but this one here I'm also thinking is like a mid to late 70s release. Of course, this one here is where you can build it one of two ways, being a race car, being a dragster, or just a stock Chevy Nova. This one here is this one here would be like a 6. So pretty cool to have this. Not sure on what the decal condition is going to be like on that. Then going on some other kits. Chevrolet C1500 Sports Side. Now I did do a review on this, similar to the truck, from the Show Off Super Hauler set. Which that kit there was the one, I guess this was where the custom colorful decals would have came from. But I can see you can build the custom or stock truck. Or you could do an in-between, do a custom truck, but doing it a stock look. So, it's fairly nice. So, it feels like that's been, you know what? Let's take a look at it. Okay, so, this one here has been put together. A little bit of a glarish yellow interior. It's a little bit overboard on the yellow, but I'm sure I can, with enough patience, I can take this apart. Yeah, I can take this apart and properly build it up. It's interesting how the builder decided to mount the rear axle directly to the frame instead of the proper locator mounts. But I guess that's probably not the original axle for the truck. So it's mostly there. So there's that. Getting a little bit short on space here. Got a AMT Erdl 72 Corvette Street Machines, which I haven't built a 3rd gen Corvette, nor have I built any Corvette for that matter. So, but looks like it's got a fair amount of good parts to it. Probably gonna be a fun rebuilder if most of the parts are still here. So, there's that. And then a kit that I've already that I showed a while ago actually. It's the AMT Erdl by RC2 of the 74 Plymouth GTX, which actually isn't a GTX, as supposedly from what I've been told, the GTX line was dropped after 73, 72 or 73, one of those years. So this would only have to be either a Satellite or a Roadrunner. Sounds like that's been built up, or if it's still in pieces. So there's that. So last two ones on the row. Got the 67 Impala Street Machines, which I've been thinking about getting one of these for a while now, so happy to have one. So there's that. A lot of these, depending on afterwards, going to do a separate, of course, give a couple days, I'm going to go through these, do a separate video, actually taking the time going through all the boxes if you're interested in that. So, final kit on the row, got the Monogram 70 Plymouth Superbird. Now you may see that the box doesn't actually fully close, and I guess it really doesn't help that's a AMT Erdl box bottom, but it's a fairly nice car. Not entirely sure on what the condition of this one's like. 1991 Monogram. Of course, I do like some may not like these, but I do like these as they were definitely something special and unique at the time. And quite an expensive car by modern standards. Okay, so that's pretty much the kits on the first row. I'm going to be putting these all to the side. Finish up on the bottom row of kits. So I'll put these away and be right back. Okay, so with that out of the way, continuing on, we've got this kit already of the Revell Monogram 64 Pontiac GTO 2-in-1, which you can build as a street machine or a stock, or it could be a stock street machine without using the custom parts. Now this one here supposedly is missing tail light lenses and the headlights. But what I'm thinking of doing is this could be actually a street rod where it can have the filled in headlights and tail lights, just being used as a race car. But I've also been considering, now that I have two of these, I could get a third one and using the same decals, build three of them, but have them in red, white, and blue. So have a trio in the same paint scheme, and have a trio in different colors, but using the same decals. But that's just an idea. And then here we got an MPC, the MPC release of the 1980 Indy Pace Car Turbo Firebird Trans Am, which I'm sure you can build as both as a stock Trans Am, or you can have the Indy Pace Car decals. Now this one I already showed in the 3-car set. So having another one, I can easily build that into something else. And then did have this one. Do have a different version of this kit, but the Revel Monogram 37 Ford pickup. This one here's the Checkers Market, which can also be built up as a Ford dealer promo truck, which is fairly nice. Which don't really see many of these late 30s Fords, so pleased to have that one. And then continuing on, these next four here is actually these are quite a unique one. Got some Revel Monogram top fuel dragsters. Now these ones here are, from what I've been told, these are all incomplete kits, as supposedly they're missing the bodies, which is a bit unfortunate, but do have a bunch of cool parts to them. So, this one here's the Gary Ormsby's Castrol fuel dragster. Looks fairly nice. Really got quite the big engine in it. Then we got the Shelley Anderson's Western Autos Parts America Haviland fuel dragster. Now this one here, I'm guessing is a water damaged kit, seeing how wrinkly the box is. And yeah, and you can definitely see some smearing across the box. So I might just end up just throwing the box out, as it's not really that elegant to look at. Then we got a Larry Minor Racing McDonald's rail dragster. Now, this seeing what's missing on here. Cage top, windshield, and decals. So, a little bit unfortunate for this one to be missing, for these to be missing stuff, but going into it, figured a lot of these are going to be missing pieces. So, not too overly disappointed. Here we got a Tom McEwen Mongoose Mobile 1 Rail Dragster. One here's got fairly, I assume these ones here would have fairly good amount of detail to them. And even looking at the complete model, I'm guessing this is going to be about a good foot or so. There's really a lot to go on with it. So, there's that. Now, moving on to some other stuff. Got a newer Revell 69 Corvette Coupe California wheel series. Now this one here can be built as a stock or custom, of course, using the custom 5 spokes. Alright, also it might also include, it doesn't show on the box, but I'm sure it comes with the stock GM Rally Sport style wheels. Of course, so now I have another Corvette to build. And then going on to this one of a late 90s Chevy S10 Extreme, which this is definitely a truck you don't see very often. What I find really interesting is how on the interior it's got a purple steering wheel and inserts. I'm sure that's how the truck came, but that's definitely a 90s thing. Then got a few accessories, a few details. Then got the stats here. Then finishing up, got 72 Chevy Fleet Side. Now this one here, fairly mundane, basic truck build. But of course, these here do have, you can build it up as a custom show truck. Not sure what I'm going to be doing with this, but I do have the Racer's Wedge truck that I did take parts from. So if anything, if I really wanted to, I could build a crew cab Chevy truck, which will probably look fairly decent, as I don't really have use for extra cab pieces. And then, definitely one that's fairly uncommon. Got a 67 Camaro Z28. Now this one here, I wanted this one to try and complete a sequence of Camaros as you go, since it would be an AMT 67 Camaro, 68, 69, 70, technically 70 and a half, maybe an 81. So, yeah, definitely glad to have that one. And then this one here is actually just a reboxed. This one's a 50s Ford pickup. So this one here's actually a Revel. It's either Revel Monogram version of the 55 Ford F100 1956 version, as it's got the front wraparound window. Of course, got the small back window. So kind of wanted this kit before, but considering the condition, will probably be an interesting rebuilder. Keep that one to the side. And then here we got some custom, a 50 Chevy Street Machine. Of course, this one being the 5-window 3100 series. Now this one here, supposedly the parts are missing are gear shift, taillights, and decals. But I don't really think I'd be using the decals, as from what I've been told, a lot of these 90s kits have fairly mundane decals with not a lot of extras to them. So there's that. Then going on, went from a 97 to a 1997 Camaro Ss Coupe. And I built a Firebird of the same year, and these 90s AMT Erdl kits seem to go together quite nicely. But it sounds like this one's also been partially assembled. So this one here will most likely be a rebuilder of something, but not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it at the moment. And then going on, got a 67 Camaro Ss by MPC. This one here, as it's got the MPC Erdl, this is like a, what year is with this? Okay, this was a 1987 release. This one here also did come in the pace car set that I reviewed, so definitely happy to have another one. So if I want to build a few different versions, of a difference between between the Revel version and the MPC version, but so having another one that gives me an excuse to motivate on a comparison between those two kits I really wanted to do, but haven't had the time yet. Okay, so that's all. So that's actually all the kits. So there's going to be quite a lot building to do. Plus, if you're interested, I'm going to be doing a follow-up video to this, where I'm going to go through a bunch of these kits on what I think would be interesting, and pretty much just go through them. If anyone's interested in some stuff, let me know. So I think I pretty much covered all this in the video, and so that'll pretty much be it. So I'm going to go through a bunch of these, see which ones are just going to get thrown into parts or going to be reused. So I think that'll be it for this video, and until next time, see you later.